Good afternoon, guys. 4 p.m. Great attendance. Two people. Okay. So review for test two. Let's start with formulas. Okay, so as you know, test two will be based on chapter 7 and chapter 8. So it is simple interest and its applications. Okay, so don't even think to use compound interest formulas. Okay, so let's do it. Interest amount equals to PRT. If you rewrite this formula a little bit for our convenience, we can say that P calculated that way. P is I over RT. R is I over PT. And T is I over PR. Okay. So future value, it is principal plus interest. And again, if you rewrite this formula a little bit, we will have this. We will have this. Now let's combine formulas together. Let's combine these formulas. As a result, we will have future value formula. Okay. Then let's combine these two formulas. As a result, we will have this formula we use for interest rate calculating in case of a T-bill, right? Now, we combine these two formulas. We will have formula for T. Okay, sometimes when we have future value and present value, right, we can find time right away instead of doing steps calculating interest and stuff like that. So now, if I rewrite formula for S, I receive present value formula, right? And here we have that future value formula used when we move money together with time. Present value formula when we move money opposite to time. Also, few techniques. For instance, in case of interest-bearing promissory note, in case we sell it prematurely, we require two steps, right? And idea of the focal date and ideas using two formulas for T-bill questions, stuff like that. So we're gonna practice all of it during our review. So before we start practicing question I prepared, do you have any questions on your own? Maybe you want me to cover some exercise.
Good afternoon, sir. No, me neither. I don't have any questions.
Okay, very good. So let's practice then. Compute the amount of interest earned by 1290 at 3.5% P in 173 days. So highly recommending you to write down what you have, what is given. So P is 1290. Right, interest rate is 3.5% and time is 173 days. So interest amount we can find using formula PRT. Right, let's plug values 1290 times 0.035. So here we remember to convert percent to real value and have time presented in years. So if you have in days, like in this case, we have to convert days to years. So make sure that you know how to calculate it. So 2140, that's the interest amount. Please confirm my number.
So, sorry, sir. 1,290 is the original number.
That's the premium or present value.
Present.
Principal, yeah,
Okay.
that's the principal, yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's continue. In how many months will 8,500 grow to 1875 at 5% PA? So looking for time here, and we have principal 8,500. We have future value for 1875. We have interest at 5%. So here is that formula. Remember I said sometimes we have future and present value given. So that's it. That's the one. So T 88 1875 minus 8500 over 8500 times 0.05. And here people, you have to remember that anytime you calculate time t using formula, your answer will be in years. So 0.75 years. And next step, we need months, right? So times 12, and it is 9 months. 9 months. That is the answer. So remember to convert it if you need other than years results. Okay, any questions? Okay, let's do it. What interest rate is paid if the interest on the loan of 2,500 for 6 months is 81.25? So loan amount, it is present value, time 6 months, interest amount is 81.25. So interest rate, interest over PT, 81.25 over 2,500 times, and here I convert 2 years. So please make sure that you know how to calculate that. Zero point 0.065 or 6.5%. So please confirm my number. Okay, let's continue. What principal will have a maturity value of 10,000 at 8.25% in 3 months? So maturity value is $10,000. Interest rate is 8.25%. And time is 3 months. So here I don't have interest rate, but I have future value. So formula is the present value formula. That's the one I'm gonna use. So S is 10,000. 1 plus 0.085, 3 over 12, negative 1. $9,791.92. So please confirm my number.
So you put 0.085 instead of 825.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So let me double check. Let me double check. Thank you.
No problem, sir.
Okay, so let me check the number. See how easy it is to have a wrong answer.
I always do that for the rate.
Yeah, so we have to pay attention. Yeah. So $9,797.92. Yep, that's the one. That's the one. Okay. What principal will earn 6714 interest at 6.25 for 82 days? Okay, so earn money, earn interest. Interest rate 6.25%. Time is 82 days. I highly recommend you to write units for time so you know what to do when you have to convert it. So P in this case can be calculated with this formula, and let's see, 6714. So 0.0625, 82 over 365. So please make sure you know how it's calculated. $4,781.68. So please confirm my number. Very good, guys. By all means, if you have any questions, you're welcome to ask. What rate of interest is paid if interest on the loan? So loan is P is that's 5. Interest amount is 9606. And I have 2 dates. By the way, have this table handy for the test. Date 2, May 20th. So 2024, it's a suspect for leap year, and since February is on this interval, I need the answer. I have to care about it. So is 2024 leap year, people? Yes, so we have to count. So here I have New Year, right? Here I have February 29. Okay, so time t, 365 minus, let's see, what is November 14? November 14, 318. 318 plus May 20th. May 20th, 140, and plus 1 day for February. I have 188 days. So now interest rate, interest amount over PT, and it is 9606 divided on 2500, and here I'm converting time for years like that. I have 0.074599787, and depends on accuracy. I need, most likely the answer will be 7.46%. Most likely that's what it will be. Any questions? Okay. So let's move forward. How many days will it take for 8500 to earn 689.72 at 8:25 p.m.? So again, we're looking for time. Since 8500 earning money, it means it's P. Whatever it earned, that's what? Interest amount. And interest rate is 8.25%. Okay, time T is interest over PR. So 689.72, 8500 times 0.0825. And again, I remember here that answer I'm gonna receive will be in years. $98,355,7932 years. And now what I need days. So for that, I take this times 365. I have 358,998,6453 days. So I can answer that T is approximately 359 days. That will be the answer. Any questions?
Nope, all good.
Very good. So compute amount of interest on 835 at 7 point. Yeah, that's good. 7.5% P from October 8, 2023 to August 4, 2024. So again, 2024, it's a leap year. Again, February 29 has to be in our game, has to be included. So P is 835. Interest rate is 7.5%. And date 1 actually, October 8, 2023. Date 2 is August 4, 2024. And amount of fee interest. So let's deal with time first. So October 8, 2023. Here I have August 4, 2024. So 2 points, New Year and February 29. So time T is 365 minus, what is October 8? October 8 is 281. Then I add August 4. August 4 is 216. And I add February 29. So T, minus 281 plus 1. So 300 in 1 day. And amount of interest, that is PRT. So 835 times 0.075, 301 over 365. So $51.64. Please confirm that answer. Okay, let's move forward. Loan payments of 1725 due today, 510 due in 75 days, and 655 due in 323 days are to be combined into single payment to be made 115 days from now. What is the single payment if money is worth 8.5% P and the focal date is 115 days from now? So let's see. So now is 1725. Then 75 days, I have 510. 323 days, I have 655. Right, and the single payment is unknown, and it's made at the point of 115 days from now. Focal date, I would say 100% will be given to you. I think so, as far as I remember. So what's happening here? We have two agreements, right? We have two agreements. Since second agreement has only one payment and it's already in the focal date, I don't see any reason why to work them separate. So we can create equations right away. So from one side is X. Now those directions for payments from agreement 1. So 1725, 1 plus 0.085. How many days? 115 over 365, right? plus 510, 1 plus 0.085, and here what I have 40 days, right? Guys, please make sure that you understand all the numbers. 0.085, and here I have 208 days, and it is present value formula. So payment X, let's calculate. $177,120 plus 51475 plus 624.74 X is 2,910.69. So please confirm my number.
So this what we just found, so X is pretty much saying if we had paid on day 115 from now, right?
Yeah, that's the amount what's supposed to be paid
Uh-huh.
on point 115 days from now, instead of those 3 payments what was agreed
Right.
at the
Okay.
beginning.
But why would you want to like find that? Like, what's the use?
Well, let's say you lend money to some person, right? And today this person is supposed to pay you $1,725. And this person comes and say, you know what, I don't have money, what you gonna do? What are you gonna say? You say, well, let's negotiate, let's do something about it, right?
Right.
So, and you negotiate that this person gonna pay you $2,910.69 in 115 days from now,
Instead of 3 different payments.
instead of 3 different payments. Yes.
Okay, makes sense.
Any other questions? So we're not looking and asking what was the reason to change agreement. If they did it, it was the reason, right? So our task is to calculate proper payments so everybody's happy. Lender happy and borrower happy. That's what we did.
And you also, a few lessons ago, you also told us how to find, there was 3 ways to find the focal date.
Yes, you have that, but as I said, on a test, most of the times you will have focal date provided. You see, focal date is 115 days from now. In case you don't have it, you use those guidelines how to find it. So first, if I have one payment unknown, that's the day of the payment. If I have 2 or more unknown payments, it's now, right? The
Right.
third option, and third option is that date is provided. So here we have third option, but this option is correlated with option number 1.
Okay,
But it is provided, right? So they could
okay,
say 100 days from now, right? Okay, let's continue. Scheduled payment of 1010 due 5 months ago and fell 80 due today. to be repaid by a payment of 615 in 4 months and the balance in 7 months. If money is worth 775p and the focal date is 7 months, what is the amount of the final payment? Okay, so picture 5 months 1010, now 1280. So that was original agreement. Why are we changing that? Probably because we never received any payments, right? Seven months X. So focal date in 7 months. Again, this correlates with our guideline. And here I have two agreements for more than one payment, so it's good to calculate them separate. So both values we move to the future. I have to tell you about this interest rate. You see 7.75. It's very easy to lose 1/7 and just put 0.75. So please pay attention to that. So like 4.545. That's another example where you can easily slip on the numbers and make an error. Okay, so what I have 12 months, right? 1280.
So how comes in this one you're doing two different equations? Why you're not adding all of them together?
Well, look,
Have an hour and 5 minutes ago.
here what I could do, instead of x, I could put a1 and calculate same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I put a2 equals to x and make them equal. Right? So if I put a1 equals, right, to this, so
Yeah.
I will have a1 equals 2, 9, 10, 69. Yes or no?
2, 9. Yes.
So, but a2 will be what? X.
Okay.
So x is what? Same thing. So because we have one payment, right, I can create equation right away. But if it is convenient to you, you can do separate anyways. I just skipped one step. Here I have more than one payment. I have two payments for one agreement and I have two payments for another agreement. In order not to have long, big equations, right? And the longer I have, the more chance I make a mistake. So I split them on two steps. I calculate agreement separate and agreement two separate, and then make them equal. Just that the reason.
Okay, so the X and the 1,280 are two different
Yes. So
payments.
if you read it carefully,
Mm-hmm.
you say that payment 1010 5 months ago and 1280 due today, and then you read are to be repaid. It means these two payments were combined as one agreement.
Okay.
And they supposed to be repaid, and then we read what is agreement 2. And agreement 2 is 615 in 4 months and balance in 7 months.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't see that.
Okay, so let's calculate agreement 1. $1088.28 plus $1337.87. So together $1,426.15. So that is agreement 1 in focal date. So same ideas I use for agreement 2. So again, that's the future value formula. And here I have 3 months. And X is already there, so I use it as is. $626.92 plus X. So I have both agreements calculated in focal date. Now I can make them equal, and I create this way. I create equation. So from here, $1,799.23. So please finish your calculations and what?
I just had a question.
Go ahead.
For agreement 1, how come we
Mhm.
put 12/12 for the time?
Okay, let's analyze that. Look, for agreement 1, I'm here at point of 5 months, right?
Yes.
Yes, so I'm supposed to be here. Yes?
Oh, I understand. Okay.
So 5 months, 7 months, together 12 months.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions, guys? So let me know when you've done your calculations. Okay. A loan of $33.20 is to be repaid by 3 equal payments due 92, 235, and 326 days. Determine the amount of the equal payments at 8:75 p.m. with focal date of today. So let's see. We have now $33.20. That's the loan. And I have what? Oops, wrong color. And I have 3 payments. 92 days. I pay 235 days. I pay, and 326 days I pay. Focal date is now. So again, you sort of have 2 agreements. One agreement, it's amount of loan. Another agreement has 2 equal payments. So I can create equation right away. So agreement 1, which is 33.20, has to be equal to, and all 3 payments I take back to focal date using present value formula. Right? So X plus X 326 minus. So I already told you that after I finish calculating those brackets, I memorized them into calculator's memory, so I don't have to put them back to the calculator. It makes my process faster, and I avoid mistakes because I don't put it back manually again. Long number, I can be distracted, read the letter or number wrong. So 0.94. Two. So 3320. Now I add them up. Look how fast I have answered. Again, because everything I had calculated, I stored that in memory. So just pressing two buttons, I already have number and can use it. So that is the answer. So please confirm the answer.
So just
Yes.
to just to check, 3,320 would be P?
Sorry, I didn't get it. Can you repeat, please?
Yes, 3,320. Would that be P?
Oh, well, depends on how you look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And from the point of three future payments, yes, it will be present value of two of three payments combined together.
Okay. So the one like the previous question. Let me check.
But if you add the three axes together, if you, let's say you take 1163.85
Yeah.
times 3, you will find that you pay more than 33.20. Okay, so you pay 33.20 plus interest.
Right. Okay, makes sense.
Well, check your calculations. That's supposed to be. Who else has 1163.85? Okay, simple check. 1050, 63 times 3. You have 3151.89, so you pay less than you borrowed. No good? Madalena? You got it?
Oh, that's a nice check-in. Thank you for that.
Yeah. So let me know when you're ready to continue. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Calculate the present value of non-interest bearing 7-month promissory note for 1880 dated August 7, 2021 on December 20th, 2021 if money is then worth 9%. So I have clearly stated that I have, oops, something wrong, non-interest bearing promissory note, right? So it means its face value is in the future. So August 7, 2021, 7 months, and 1800 is here, but we remember that we, rather than use number of months, we will use number of days. So I have to jump from sevens to sevens 7 times what to find maturity date. So August, September 7, October, November, December, January, February, March. March 7, 2022. 2022 is not leap year, so I don't care about February 29, right? So, and point of my interest is December 2021. So interest rate here is 9%. So what I have to do, I have to take 1800 and bring it back to that point. Now before we proceed, let's find t, time. And we use what? We use that interval, right? We use that interval. So new year 365 minus December 20th. Let's see, December 354. And we add March 7. March 7 will be 66. So 365 minus 354 plus 66 is 77. So present value P is 1800. 1 plus 0.09, 77 over 365, negative 1. So let's calculate. $1,766.46. That's it.
Right, so the future value was 1,800.
Future value was 1800, yeah, 1,800. You see, it's a face value of the promissory note, but because it is non-interest bearing, this face value is future value.
What do you mean by that? So if it wasn't, if it was interest bearing, it would
If it
be.
was interest bearing, 1800 would be located at August 7.
Ah, right. Sorry, it's been a while since we did this.
That's why we have review.
Yes, thank you.
Any other questions, guys? Okay. Here, 180-day note dated September 14, 2021 is made at 5% for 1665. What is the present value of the note on October 18, 2021 if money is worth 6%? So this note is interest-bearing promissory note. So September 14, 2021, 180 days. And I have 1665 here at the beginning of the game. I have 5%, right? And I need to find value on October 18, 2021, when interest rate is 6%. So frankly, I don't even have to find what is maturity date unless they want me to find it, right? So let's do it. First step, I'm taking this to that using 5% interest rate. So let's do it. So S is 1665, 1 plus 0.05, 180 over 365. Let's calculate. Oops, hold on a bit. So 1706.05. So this amount is right there. Now what I have here. Okay, look. You want 5% from 1665, right? So in between September 14 and maturity date, interest rate can change what actually happened, right? But value, what buyer, new owner, will receive at the end of the game will be originally promised value, which is 1706.05, right? So in order to calculate price properly, because when you buy this, you don't want to pay more than you receive in the future, right? So this, yeah, it is promised value. 1706.05 is a promised value. That's why we use it as a base to calculate any value in between maturity date and issue date. Understand? Okay. So now what happened? We need to come back using 1706 as future value. We're coming back to October 18. Now, calculate time. So let's do this exercise. So we can find time T1 between September and October. So let's see, October 18 gives me 291. 291 minus September 14 gives me, where is my September? Right there, and 257. So T1 is 291 minus 257 is 34 days, right? But I need that interval. So that interval will be T2 180 minus 34. So T2 is what? 146 days. Okay, any questions regarding time calculation here? So P is 1706.05, 1 plus 6%, right? So this 6%, and 146 days over 365, -1. One 666.06. So that is the price. So 5% was used here. 6% was used here on step 2. Okay, people. Let's have a break.
Yes, thank you, sir.
So let's be back at 5:05. Back at 5:05. Okay, break. Okay, guys, break is over. Let's move forward. An investor purchased 182-day 100,000 T-bill on its issue date. Its yield 3.85%. The investor held the T-bill for 67 days and then sold it for this amount. So let's make a picture. Okay, that's now it's 187 days. T-bill is non-interest bearing promissory note, so 100,000 sits right there at the end of the game. So 385 was here, and 67 days later, the price was 98,853.84. Okay, so let's do it. Question 1. Here we have to remember two things. We will use formulas for P and for R only, right? The second thing to remember that we assume that any person who purchases T-bill will hold this T-bill to the end. Other words, that future value for him is 100,000. In this case, it's a future. It's a face value of the T-bill. So what original price? Again, whoever bought it originally, we assume that intention was to hold it to the end of the game. Oh, 82, sorry. Let me fix here. I don't know why it's 82 days.
So
Yes.
the fact that it says on its issue date means that it's the final price. Like that's what he's gonna get from it.
No. Whatever he pays, whatever he pays now, 182 days later, he will receive 100,000.
Okay, I see.
So anything you calculate in between now and 182 has to be less than 180 than 100,000.
Right. Makes sense.
Otherwise, it makes no sense, right? So 98,116.43. So this amount of money was paid by original owner. Let me see if I have. Yes, I have. So when the T-bill was sold, what was its yield to maturity rate? Okay, so yield to maturity, that's interest rate. So, and again, it was sold at point of 67 days, right? Therefore, and we assume that new buyer will hold it to the end of the game. So his future value formula is this. Let me just recall it to you. So new owner will hold it to the end. So his future value is face value, which is 100,000, minus P is the amount he paid for that T-bill at the moment of transaction. And T is 182 minus 67. So what is it? It is 115. Okay. 0.03679998. So I can say approximately 3.68%. Okay, any questions, guys?
So that number 2 is the rate that the second guy will get when he sells it for 100K.
No.
Oh,
The second guy, that his rate, return on investment 368. If he buys
right.
if he buys for this amount of money and hold it to the end, his return on investment would be 368%.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's what I meant. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Question 3 actually asking about rate of investment for original, for first guy. So let's find it. Return on investment. That's the same formula as for interest rate, right? So let's see. He invested here, pay 9,816.43. He sold it here 67 days later for this amount of money. So this amount of money is his future value. Whatever he paid or invested, that's present value, and time is 67 days. So 9,853.84 minus 9,816.43, 9,816.43, and 67 over 365. So let's find it. .0409433536. So approximately 4.09%. Again, depends on accuracy I need. That is his ROI. Any questions? Okay,
Nope, all good.
here what we have. The owner of Jane's Boutique borrowed $6,000 from Halton Community Credit Union on June 5, 2022. The loan was secured by demand note with interest calculated on daily balance and charged to the store's account on the 5th day of each month. The loan was repaid by payments of $1,500 due July 15, $2,000 October 10, $2,500 on December 30th. The rate of interest charged by the credit union was 8.5 on June 5, 9.5 July 1, and 10 on October 1. Determine the total interest. So let's make that picture. So now borrow 6,000.
How long do you have on the test?
2 hours.
Okay.
So July 15, 1,500, October 10, 2,000, and December 30th, 2,500. So while I'm reading question, I understand that interest is paid separately and it's charged on the 5th day of each month. And as a proof, if I add these three payments together, I will receive $6,000. So my payments are directly reduced balance, right? When let me finish with interest rates. So I had 8.5% here. Then I had July 1. I had 9.5%, and October 1 I had 10%. So when we were studying that material, we came to the point that you don't have to stop on each interest day payment and calculate interest, right? It will be lots of stops. So enough only to go in between and calculate between transactions, and those interests will be the same. Okay, so we have here 5 stops. Let's do them. So I use different colors. I color coded, so I'm not gonna put dates. And it was not now, actually it was June 5.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't it on the 5th of each month?
5th of each month.
Oh,
But
yeah.
You're not gonna stop on 5th of each month. June 5. We're
It's
gonna stop only at the day of transaction and calculate interest. Because each month stops. So you stop here, then July 5, July 15, then August 5, September 5, October 1, October 5, October 10,
right.
November 5, December 5. You see how many calculations you have to make?
Right. Okay.
And when we were studying demand loans, I proved you that you don't have to do it. If you need to know interest amount, what you pay, it's sufficiently enough to calculate only in points of transactions. That's
Okay.
it.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. Interest is 6,000 times 0.085. And how many days? So July 1 to June 5. Let me see. July 5, 186 minus, sorry, was it? Sorry, July 1 and June 5. So 182 minus 156. I have 26 days. So $36.33. So this amount I highlight, it will be part of interest I'm looking for. So what happened on July 1? I didn't have any payments, right? So I didn't change the principal. So second interval, wow, I need different tool, for instance, pen. So second interval, $6,000 again. Interest rate is different. It's 9.5% already, and it is 14 days. Right, so 14 over 365. So $21.86. That's 6. So I highlight this value again. Next interval is between July 15 and October 1. Yes, but let me finish the previous step. I need to calculate balance because I had a payment. So 6,000 minus 1,500 is 4,500, right? Now I'm ready for next interval. So interest, 4,500 already as a balance. Interest rate 9.5%. Now days, October 1, July 15. So October 1, 274 minus July 15 is 196. Is 78 days. So 78 over 365. $91.36. So again, I highlight it. Did I have any payments? No, I didn't, right? So balance stays the same. Next interval, based on 4,500, interest rate is 10%. And October 10 is 9 days, right? So $11.10. So I highlight that again, and I do have payment here. So balance will be 4,500 minus 2,000, which is 2,500. And finally, interest is 2,500 times 0.1 times and December 30th, October 10. So December 30th gives me 364 and October 10 gives me 283. So the difference is 81 day, and is 55, 40. And again, I highlight this value. So how many value I have highlighted? 5, right? So how many intervals I had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm okay. And finally, we can calculate total amount of interest by adding all highlighted values. $216.13. That's it.
So is it a coincidence that December 30th is 2,500 and our last
No, it's not a coincidence. You
Right.
just pay off the loan.
Okay, makes sense. I was just checking.
Yeah, of course. So good gift for New Year, you out of debt. Okay guys, I have surprise for you. On a test, I will not include lines of credits. So those
Really?
are, yes, those are same as demand loans, just way too many steps, details and conditions, takes lots of time, but testing again same demand loan decline balance approach. So I decided not to do it, and you will not have line of credits on your test.
Thank you so much, Sue.
You're welcome. Okay. But schedule you will have. Let's see. So here's question about schedule. Let's recall how it looks. So we have number, we have balance before payment, we have payment, we have interest, we have principal, and we have what we have, balance after payment. So first let's talk about this question a little bit. So we can estimate a number of payments by taking amount of loan and divide by amount of payment. That is 5.3 in period. Other words, I have 6 payments. 6 payments. Second thing, we pay monthly and we calculate balance on unpaid interest on unpaid balance. So every time we will have that R1 over 12. Actually, there's not R. Let me put value. Every time we will have same calculations. Oh, come on. Like 0.065, 1 over 12, right? So it makes sense to find it one time. Again, memorize it. Memorize it. It will be what, 0.005416 in period. I know it's long number and convenient, but you don't have to key it every time if you memorize it to the calculator, and just use it, makes your calculation faster. Okay, so line 0, that's where we start. That is 4,000. Okay, so payment 1, we have 4,000 here. Payment is 750. So let's calculate interest. So line 1, interest 4,000. I put times I, right? That is 2167. So I go to interest to the column, put 2167. Then principal will be amount of payment minus interest you just paid. You just calculated. So 750 minus 2167, 728, 33. So I put 728, 33, and balance after payment is 4,000 minus 728, 33, and it is 327167.
Sorry, so wait, how did you get 21.67? You multiplied 750.
No, I multiplied 4,000 times I.
What's I? 6.5?
6. This is I.
Oh, right, 1 over 12. Okay, that's why. Okay, thank you.
So basically, you do here formula I is PRT, right? So 4,000 times 0.065, 1 over 12, because you do it monthly.
Right.
And next month you will have this again. And next month you will have this again and again and again.
Okay, so you just made it a variable.
Yeah, I just calculated one time and I use it. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So line 2, so 32, 71, 67, again 750, and interest I have to calculate, line 2, interest 32, 71, 67 times I, and I already have that on my screen, right? So I just times recall, and whatever I put I have 1772. So 1772, then principal, it is 750, which is payment, minus 1772, and it is 732.28. 732.28, and balance after payment, it is previous balance 3271.67 minus 732.28. So let's see, what is it? We have 2539.39. 2539.39. So basically, for each line except the last one, I do same calculations. What I do, I find interest is balance before payment times I. I find principal, that is payment minus interest, I just calculated, and balance after payment is balance before payment minus principal. So every time, every line calculated using those steps. So let me just fill the table. And last line we will calculate again. So 750. And one more thing, I'm observing behavior for interest column and principal column. So interest column has to go down, so it becomes smaller, and that's what is happening. Principal has to grow, so that's what is happening, right? And balance, of course, going down, approaching 0. So 1376, and again, I analyze, yes, it's going down, it's dropping, so it's good. 736.24, this one is growing, that's good. And I pay my loan slowly but surely for 1803.15, again 750, 977. See how fast I calculate interest? I just take this, what is on my screen already, times recall I. That's it. And I already have the answer. So it saves time. Okay.
And the numbers seem to be going either down or up. So interest seems to be going down by around
So
like,
interest supposed to go down, principal supposed to go up.
right, but I'm saying it's like pretty constant around 4. Well, you know, like 21 to 17 for interest is like 3 point something.
Yeah, it's about $4.
Right.
In this case,
Yes.
I mean,
So a good
in
way
this case.
to check would also be because if you have, for example, 13.76 and then all of a sudden you have like 12, it wouldn't make sense.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's the good observation. So 5, 10, 62. It's good for every line except last line, because for the last line we will have different what everything will be different for the last line.
Right.
So 576 minus 576 744 24 318 68. So now I see that my outstanding balance is less than payment, and I make different algorithms. So 318 68. So here I have payment has to be calculated. So like before, I was going from left to right. Each line I started from the left and I continued to the right. Now I will go opposite way. I will start from the right, saying that my balance after payment is 0. So for line 6, balance after payment is 0. Then principal, I use number from balance before payment. So principal 318.68. Interest has to be calculated 318.68 times I 1.73. Actually, yeah, it's $4 as well. About it's $4 as well.
Okay, so that's a good.
Yeah, just the payment will be different. Yeah.
Okay.
There's no payment. So and payment will be 173 plus principal 318.68. So what is it? 320.41. So 320.41. Okay. And we are ready to do totaling. So this column and that column has no sense to total because this total means nothing. It's just a number. So let's total payment. Payment is very easy to total. You take 750 times 5 plus 320.41. And you have $4,070.41. Interest, you have to manually, number by number, add together. But it's not 100 numbers, right? It's only, what, 6. But it's worth it. So 70.41. And principal, again, I'm totaling principal. That's $4,000. Now I analyze my results. So principal has to be exactly same as money I borrowed, amount I borrowed. Okay, so payment amount minus principal amount has to give me what? Interest amount. And all numbers matching, so I did a good job. So
So if it was a leap year,
we don't consider leap years here.
okay, that's why, because I was looking at a question that you did when I was in class, and I added the leap year. But
Well, the thing is, in this particular question, we have monthly installments. So we don't care is it leap year or not. If we have particular dates and we need to add column for number of days, right?
Yes, that was the
Then
question.
yes, then we have to consider leap year or not.
Okay, that's strange because in that playback you didn't consider the leap year, but I'm pretty sure it was a leap year. But you still got the answer right, so I'm not too sure.
Well, go back, double check,
Okay.
but I don't think it was. But anyways,
Okay.
okay. As far as I remember, we didn't have February in that interval. We started sometimes in the spring, and we ended with in September,
Right.
right?
Okay.
And it was payment greater than $100, what we paid normally
Yes.
with the check. So even if it was leap year, the February was behind.
Okay.
That's why we didn't have to consider that.
Makes sense. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So any other questions, people? Okay, so next Friday, actually this coming Friday, during our regular class hours from 4 to 6, we will have test 2. Right, so have your formula sheets ready, have your days between dates table ready, and for God's sake, do not use future value compound interest formulas for this test, okay? Please.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, but because believe me, people do that. 10 questions as usual, 2 hours. Okay, guys,
Oof.
good luck on the test
Thank you, sir.
and see you in a week. Bye-bye.
Thank
Yes,
you.
one more thing.
Yes.
This recording will be on the Blackboard. Okay, and later, of course, I will put it on YouTube channel. But before that, you can find it on the Blackboard shortly after 6. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
guys.
you.
Again, good luck and see you Wednesday.